Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to bringing the Division video. What I've guessed today is the best solo PvP build in my opinion. Now yes, this is a PvP build, you can also make this for PvE as well. It just really depends how you roll your gear and what weapons you use with it. But as I said, the main focus of this will be on PvP, so if you are interested and looking for a godly solo build, make sure to keep watching the video. Anyways, really quickly, before I start, keep in mind this build is not optimized at all. All the gear pieces you will be seeing is what I got from the caches, and nothing was really changed that much. If you do have enough Division tech to optimize this build, this thing can be even better. Unfortunately, I am pretty broke right now, so nothing, as I said, is optimized. Alright, so enough with that. The first thing I do want to show you guys are my abilities and what I'm using for the talents. So the first thing is I'm using a overdose for my heal, and I'm also using immune station. As you guys can see, my cooldowns are pretty bad, so I don't really benefit from them too much. The one thing I like about using the immune station is I mainly play last stand with this build. Like yes, I'll go in a dark zone as well, but the really good thing about using the immune station is you can just cleanse yourself most of the time, and you get it back in 30 seconds or 33.50 seconds. And you know, if you're shocked or if you're going and getting flashed a lot and stuff like that, the immune station comes in clutch like that. You can obviously swap this out for a pulse, like a conceal or even a damage pulse. It really depends on your playstyle and what you want to accomplish. As for the talents, I'm using critical save, strike back, precision, and on the move. Once again, this is personal preference. You guys can use something like adrenaline or even triage. It just really depends what kind of playstyle you are. The one thing with adrenaline is a lot of people think it actually counters the pred, like 6-piece classified pred with the bleed. It doesn't. I tested this out. Even if you pop your medkit right away and you get shot by your friend or something like that, it still makes you bleed. So the one thing with this is, like, yes, it's good because you get the immunity, but it doesn't counter pred, which is you know, kind of unfortunate. Anyways, as for the build, this is what I'm rocking with. So as you guys can see, it is a 6-piece classified nomad. Unfortunately, if you don't have this, you cannot make this build, which kind of sucks. I do understand not everyone grinded the global events, but if you do have this build, if you do have the necessary gear pieces, you can make this build. You can kind of have it how I have it and just melt everyone in your way. So the first thing I do want to go over are my weapons. So I'm using the house with hurried, deadly, and the card counter talent. The one thing with this is it's not a perfect house. I am using it because I just love the house. It's really, really good. My god roll kind of talents and my wish talents would be vicious and deadly, or like deadly unforgiving, or even vicious unforgiving, something like that, something along those lines, in my opinion, would be really, really good. And then I'm also using a M700 carbon. This is just mainly if you want to kind of mess around with and shoot someone far away, stuff like that. For the weapon mods, I'm using everything critical hit damage and critical hit chance. So the muzzle brake, the grip, the extended mag, I'm not even using rate of fire, and normally I would be using that on everything. But for this, I just want critical hit damage, critical hit chance, and that's exactly what I'm using. Getting to the main part of the video, and that is the gear and what I have rolled on it. Really quickly, if you're curious about gameplay and you want to see what this build can do, I might put a little montage together at the end, showing guys the firepower and the survivability of this build. So anyways, for the chest piece, I am using firearms, skill haze, health, increased kill XP, and all my mods on this gear are firearms and health mods. I do understand using something like crit chance might be good as well for pulse and do a little bit more damage, but I did go with health just so I can be a little bit more tanky and have a longer life in PvP. For the mask, I once again have firearms, critical hit chance, burn resistance. The one thing with this build, investing into skill power isn't really worth it. So critical hit chance is the next best thing you can do. And then lastly, I do have a firearms and health mod on this mask. As for the knee pads, I'm using stamina, health, shock resistance, increased kill XP, damage to elites. The only thing I'm missing is burn resistance, but that is okay. The next thing is the backpack. I'm using firearms, health, and burn resistance on it. Honestly, you can go probably into critical hit damage as well on the backpack if you want to do a little bit more damage with SMGs, but once again, this is something, it's personal preference. I just feel like having health is probably the best option for this backpack. For my gloves, I'm using stamina, critical hit damage, SMG damage, and crit chance. And then lastly, I am using a holster with crit chance once again. The one thing is with this, there's really no point in investing into skill haze or skill power since your survivability is good as well. Yes, having something like a overdose heal just so you can get a little bit more survivability, or for example, like I'm using a immune station just so I can get that burst of healing, and the cleansing of like a status effect is the way to go in my opinion. But as I said, you can use pulls instead of the immune station or whatever you like. The final thing I do want to go over are my character stats. I know everyone's always curious about this. So for the weapon damage, I'm sitting at 22.4k, 45% critical hit chance, 114% critical hit damage, and then I'm also sitting at 328,000 health, and lastly I do have 9% skill haste. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the build. As I said, the one thing about this build is it's so easy to win 1v1 gunfights. Yes, if you get double teamed, yes, if you get shot in the back by 3-4 people, surviving might be a little bit tough, since even, you know, the extra health bar and the 5-piece and 6-piece bonus of this gear set might not help you out. But if you are playing Dark Zone, if you're going by yourself, you get, you know, shot in the back by someone and it's a 1v1, winning that engagement would be way, way easier. Anyways, that is it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below. I respond to my comments. But once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Zuzi on the track. Zuzi on the track.
I'm up in the trap house. We fuck all you bitches at the trap house. I can't trust you, I can't give you real address. I can't trust you, I can't give